Sinbad the sailor, known for his daring adventures across the seven seas, had seen many wondrous and mysterious places. Yet, the ancient land of Egypt had always held a particular allure for him. The tales of its pharaohs, vast deserts, and hidden treasures had intrigued him for years. When a merchant in Basra spoke of an ancient map leading to the lost city of Thonis, buried beneath the sands of Egypt, Sinbad knew his next adventure had been decided. Setting sail with his crew on the Golden Falcon, Sinbad navigated the Red Sea, eventually reaching the Egyptian coast. The journey inland was challenging, with the scorching sun and endless dunes testing the resilience of his men. But Sinbad's determination never faltered. Guided by the old map, they followed the Nile River until they reached a small village where the locals spoke of the legend of Thonis, a city said to be ruled by an immortal princess. The villagers warned Sinbad of the dangers that awaited him, but he pressed on, his curiosity piqued by the mention of the immortal princess. After several days of travel, they arrived at the edge of a vast desert, where the map indicated the location of Thonis. The entrance to the lost city was hidden beneath a colossal sand dune, and after hours of digging, Sinbad and his crew uncovered the stone doorway. With a mixture of excitement and trepidation, Sinbad led his men into the dark passage. The air was cool and still, and the walls were lined with hieroglyphics that told the story of the city and its rulers. As they ventured deeper, they came upon a grand chamber illuminated by an ethereal glow. In the center of the chamber was a massive stone sarcophagus, intricately carved and adorned with gold. Sinbad approached the sarcophagus cautiously. As he touched the cold stone, the lid began to move on its own, sliding open to reveal a figure lying within. It was a woman, her beauty undiminished by the ages. She wore a golden headdress and robes that shimmered in the dim light. Her eyes fluttered open, and she sat up slowly, gazing at Sinbad with a serene expression. "I am Princess Neferu," she said, her voice soft but powerful. "Who dares to disturb my eternal rest?" Sinbad bowed respectfully. "I am Sinbad, a sailor from distant lands. I did not come to disturb you, princess, but to seek the knowledge and wonders of your ancient city." Princess Neferu studied him for a moment before nodding. "You are brave, Sinbad, to enter the city of Thonis. Few have dared, and even fewer have returned. But I sense in you a heart that seeks not just riches, but understanding. For that, I will share with you the story of my people and the fate that befell us." As she spoke, the chamber filled with visions of the past. Sinbad saw the city of Thonis in its prime, a bustling metropolis of gleaming temples, lush gardens, and grand palaces. Princess Neferu was beloved by her people, ruling with wisdom and kindness. But the city's prosperity caught the attention of jealous rivals who sought to conquer it. When an army from a distant kingdom laid siege to Thonis, Neferu turned to the gods for help. "The gods granted me immortality to protect my people," Neferu explained. "But in doing so, they placed a curse upon the city. Thonis was hidden from the world, buried beneath the sands, and my people were turned to stone. I have watched over them for centuries, waiting for someone worthy to break the curse." Sinbad listened intently, moved by the princess's tale. "What must be done to break the curse, princess?" Neferu looked at him with hope in her eyes. "The curse can only be broken by an act of true selflessness. You must retrieve the Heart of Thonis, a sacred gem hidden deep within the temple. But beware, the temple is guarded by ancient spirits who will test your resolve." Without hesitation, Sinbad agreed to undertake the task. The princess guided him to the entrance of the temple, a towering structure covered in vines and half buried in the sand. Sinbad entered the temple alone, his footsteps echoing in the silence. The air grew colder as he descended into the depths, where the flickering light of his torch cast eerie shadows on the walls. As he ventured deeper, Sinbad encountered the spirits that guarded the temple. They appeared as swirling forms of sand and wind, whispering doubts and fears into his mind. But Sinbad's courage did not waver. He pressed on, determined to free the princess and her people. Finally, Sinbad reached the heart of the temple, a grand hall with a pedestal at its center. Upon the pedestal rested the Heart of Thonis, a gem that radiated a soft, pulsating light. But as Sinbad approached, the final guardian appeared, a massive serpent made of sand, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. The serpent lunged at Sinbad, but he was quick, dodging its attacks and using his wits to outmaneuver the creature. In a final, daring move, Sinbad leaped onto the serpent's back and struck at its head with his sword. The serpent disintegrated into a whirlwind of sand, and the temple began to tremble. Knowing he had little time, Sinbad grabbed the Heart of Thonis and raced back to the entrance. As he emerged from the temple, the ground shook violently, and the city around him began to change. The stone figures of the people of Thonis started to come to life, their eyes blinking in confusion as they awakened from their long slumber. Princess Neferu met him at the entrance, her eyes filled with gratitude. "You have done it, Sinbad. The curse is broken, and my people are free. You have shown the true courage and selflessness of a hero." As the city of Thonis was restored to its former glory, Sinbad and his crew were treated as honored guests. The people of Thonis celebrated their freedom with a grand feast, and Princess Neferu presented Sinbad with a golden amulet in the shape of an ankh, symbolizing eternal life and protection. "I will never forget your bravery, Sinbad," Neferu said as she bid him farewell. "You have not only freed my people, but also restored hope to a land that had long been forgotten. May the gods watch over you on your future journeys." Sinbad thanked the princess and set sail once more, the amulet hanging around his neck as a reminder of the adventure. As he watched the sands of Egypt fade into the distance, he knew that this was one of the greatest tales he would ever tell, a tale of ancient curses, immortal love, and the enduring spirit of adventure.